Hey, that's good, chat. Today's gonna be a weird day. Um, I've been up since like 11 p.m., so that's been fun. Uh, but I wanted to at least get something done this week. I didn't want to skip a whole week just because my sleep schedule got absolutely destroyed. I don't even know why. It was so weird. Like, I was doing fine. I was kind of like pushing myself back to a more normal sleep schedule. I mean, I say more normal, but I was still waking up at like 2 p.m. But yeah, I was trying to push myself to a more normal schedule, and then I don't know what happened. But yesterday I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and it was 11 p.m. And I was like, what happened? I was asleep for like 16 hours. It was weird. No, it would have been more than that. I don't know. I was asleep for way too long. Maybe it was like 18. I don't know. It was a really long time. And that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. So I'm very tired. I don't feel great. I'm running on fumes at this point. But I'm gonna try to at least get through the day. I mean, apologies in advance, I guess, if I seem a little out of it or I'm not as engaged as I normally am. I'm just very tired. But I can't just like skip a whole extra week. Like I just skipped a week last week from schedule stuff for basically the same reason. My sleep schedule just doesn't want to. Like I'm trying to flip it now rather than waiting like until next month to do it. Since I've got a semester starting up at like the beginning of September, so I'd rather try to have a relatively normal schedule now and then not have to rechange it when my semester starts, but we'll see. Doesn't matter. I was hoping as well to try to make up some of the days this weekend, but I don't know what's happening anymore, so probably not. But that's okay. We'll just keep it rolling. Yeah, studio mode. Save every little bit of CPU I can with this game because it just eats it for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Hello noises. I don't even remember where we were. It's been a whole week. Yeah, I don't know. So Baldur's Gate 3 comes out in 2 weeks, right? I don't know if I'm gonna play through it first or if I'm gonna play it on stream first. Probably not. I'm probably gonna play through it once first, and then maybe I'll try to do a stream playthrough of it. I mean, we need to finish this first, of course. I'm gonna try to finish through. Man, I'm blanking on like everything right now. Try to finish Marvel's Midnight Suns first, and then worry about the mouse on my screen. Map. I'm assuming I did everything aside from clearly going to pick up some of this stuff. So chest there, chest there. That's it. Okay. Common chest, so it should be the one like right around the corner here. That's too far. No, it's like right behind me, right? Yeah, okay. But as part of BG3 coming out in literally like 2 weeks, something I've been doing is I finally sat down to finish Divinity 2. The game that I started playing forever ago, stopped playing because reasons, I guess, and now I'm back to it again, and I hope I actually beat it this time. I finally made it further than I've ever gone before. For those that know about Divinity 2, or Divinity Original Sin 2 specifically, I'm in Act 4. I hit the City of Arcs, and I've kind of just been exploring the city. And going from there. So it's been a lot of fun. I ended up completely respecking one of my characters. I didn't particularly like how they were designed, like how I set them up initially, so I decided to change them to something else. I'm still not super liking it, but I also understand. Oh, hi, Wanda. Are you floating? You are... I guess that makes sense. You are Wanda. I'll get back to that in a moment. Okay, bye, Wanda. So initially they were what is dubbed the Elementalist, right? Which is you do all 4 elements of magic.
Sorry, dear.
Okay.
Hope I
We'll
didn't
get back to
startle
it.
you.
Oh, yeah, I got that. Then I decided to change them to basically just pyromancy, necromancy, and
Hunter.
corpse
hello.
explosion stuff is fun, but it hasn't really been coming up a lot, so it feels like it would have been stronger earlier. Now it just feels kind of like I'm not using their abilities at all. So I might choose them when I can.
You saw her, didn't you?
I was gonna making them a summoner too.
Wanda.
I don't know.
What does she want?
That has nothing to do with what we're doing.
What we all want. To be found.
Of course. Wait. I convince Sarah.
But Sarah does not want to find her.
I will always love Sarah. Even her stubbornness, even her rigidity, even when she's wrong. And she is wrong this time. She still blames Wanda for my death.
How do I convince her?
You know, I'm
Wanda
gonna be
is
honest.
Still out there?
You can't.
Before starting this game,
Sarah won't
I'd
believe
heard
until she
and seen
sees
people
Wanda
say
with her
that
own
there's like
eyes.
some hinting that
I know you didn't
Agatha
know
and
Wanda.
Caretaker are like a
I
thing.
did.
It feels so blatant.
very
I don't know what
hot.
they're talking about. Subtle? There's no
Cannot
subtlety
leave her
here. They're
behind.
like outright saying it, I swear.
Besides, we can't win this battle against your mother without her.
I digress.
So find her, Hunter. Bring her back. For all our sakes.
I got you though. I'll go get.
What are you doing here, Hunter?
We'll go get Wanda.
You need to find the Midnight Suns.
I mean, like normally, I don't know why I do, but I mean, I do normally like yawn quite a bit while streaming. I genuinely don't know
That's
why.
my favorite hunter.
Have you seen any of the Midnight Suns?
But-
I need to speak to them.
I'm barely feeling it.
I think
today
I
might be a little
overheard
short
Blade
too. I
talking
might only
about
go
how
for
he
2
was going
hours
to the
instead of the
chapel,
3.
which is
Just
weird.
because I'm gonna
I
like
didn't think
pass out.
vampires could
But...
go into churches or chapels or whatever. See what I know about the supernatural.
So true.
Hope he doesn't think Carol is gonna meet him there.
Oh.
Thanks, Peter.
No problemo. Hope you find them.
The Midnight Suns are out at the chapel. I've got a message from Yana. You want to enjoy gifts from most people, but you are not most people. Thank you. Peace and quiet, but I would prefer to have it with you. Join me?
I want to share something with you. Something I have never shared with another.
Magic.
When I was at Professor Xavier's school, I would listen to this album in my room all the time. Sometimes for many days straight.
Why?
It's a vibe. I get it.
There is not much music in Limbo, Hunter, unless you count the distant screams. But in
I don't
this
know how
world,
often I would listen to something
there
like this,
is
but it's
so
pretty good.
much music. It is everywhere, which can be just as frightening sometimes. Limbo taught me it was best to be alone. It is how I prefer things.
You are not alone now.
Good, you noticed. The others would not understand. But I know you will, as we both have so much in common.
Because we are friends.
Yes, we do seem to make good colleagues, do we not?
I just didn't like the weapon later.
Yes. I am glad I
Hey.
chose not to portal you and Strange into the abyss that first mission.
Funny.
A joke, yes. Okay, enough talking. Let's listen to the album now. The second hour is when it really gets good.
Second hour? Hey. Relay, common passive. 10% chance to generate a limbo portal card after an enemy is knocked back through a portal. That's actually pretty cool. Cool. Got her friendship ranked up a little bit. But I'm not quite sure where they are. Oh, at the chapel. Okay. You'd think it would have been on the map too, though. But, or whatever. Alright, what up, Midnight Suns?
It is a spell of sorts. That is what Agatha used to say, anyway.
What sort? The dark sort?
A discernment spell. Well, more of a tracking ritual, like a seance. And no, it's not dark. I got it right from the source. I'll put it back before Caretaker even knows it's missing.
Hey man, we gotta try something. I mean, it has to be a sign, right? That all four of us had the same dream of Wanda?
Make that 5, actually? What up?
Make that 5.
Oh.
You win. Ouija away, or whatever.
Yeah. You know?
Lock the door.
Same brain. Same brain.
Remember, once we start, we don't stop. Keep your mind focused on Wanda. Ego, spiritus, add...
Got it.
What did I just say?
Do not break the connection.
Okay, sorry. Right.
This is how Atlantis sank.
Ego, spiritus, ad me.
Ego spiritus ad me.
Ego spiritus ad me.
Ego spiritus.
Robbie's having fun with it.
Ego spiritus ad me. Ego spiritus ad me. Ego spiritus ad me. Ego spiritus.
Whoa! Anyone else see that?
She said not to break the connection.
Well, you just did.
Ego spiritus ad me. Ego spiritus ad me. Ego spiritus ad me.
Yeah, this doesn't seem
Is
like
that
Dark
our
Magic.
fault?
I think so.
Disconnect! Pull the plug or something!
It's too late.
Spiritus ad me. Ego spiritus.
What?
Crap.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. Hopefully we're fine. I mean, it's Hunter and 2 spell casting ladies. I think they'll be fine. Excuse me? What was that?
Couldn't trust those two to chant their own names.
I am going to open a rift to the negative zone in their showers when we get home.
If we get home. There's no telling where that screwed up spell sent us. This could be a broom closet in the basement of Dr. Doom's castle for all we know. Or a storage nook on
Dr.
Galactus'
Doom?
world ship. Holding pen on a scroll cruiser. Oh, maybe the inside of Robbie's brain.
There. Something powerful. Something strong. Something foul. That's where we begin.
Containment level
Of course you were
667.
gonna say that.
I'm sure 667 is probably a reference to something, but I don't know. That's usually, I feel like that's usually how it goes in games like this, you know? Usually just like things that are clearly like random numbers or things. It's usually a reference to something. Oh, hi, Bruce. I'm gonna know that. Yo, what is this? The Coliseum? Coliseum de Hulk?
Banner. At least that explains the foulness.
Ah, the illustrious hunter. And
Do you have a king?
friends?
Really? You still follow me on Superlink?
Not ringing the bell.
I can tear through the fabric of space and time itself.
Huh. It doesn't matter.
Let the fool prattle on. We must be onto something.
I cannot fathom how you found this facility, but I will soon enough. Your names may escape me, but you most assuredly will not.
Oh man, that's Hydra soldiers.
Oh, we will see about that.
Alrighty. Spittle enemies to complete the encounter. Oh, there's a lot of explosions. Is it? You know, actually, no, it is. I agree. It is under control.
This facility appears in no records, on no maps, not even in the minds of these loyal
Roulette.
soldiers. So the question remains, how are you here?
Just a little of the old abracadabra. No big deal for a squad of ultra
Halting
powerful
loss. Yeah, I think it'd be quick stuff, huh?
heroes like us.
That's fine. Oh, did he get cursed though? Ooh, that's a lot of big dudes here. All right.
Watch closely.
Go ahead and we'll mark him. Take him out. Expected the same thing as a quick spell.
That was something.
Another one. Well, it must be like her passive. Oh. Draw a heroic card? Sure. We will draw one that's not hers. That's a pretty good one. That's 158? Or it does 158? I almost want to hold on to it though, because 131's enough to take out a couple of different guys here. Notably the guy in the back. Let's redraw a couple of things here. I mean, I could try to go for that RNG on that, but... And that being a knockback isn't that impressive. I mean, it's like kind of nice, because I could kick a couple of dudes into things and cause some damage, but... It's not better than just doing damage. Maybe I just do this anyways. Alright, it applies marked. We can put it on the big guy. Dang, that's actually kind of dope. Apply to mark. I have one heroism as well. Not enough to kill, but that's still pretty good, I think. Alright, you gotta use the explosions as I get them, I think.
Hiding in plain sight.
Alright. End turn.
We serve until the end.
I have no real reason to move or anything, so might as well just on a rock.
Where will you hide?
It's sealed. Ow. This big punchy dude's gonna be dead here, so.
For my retaliation.
Man, Master took a beating this round.
Hardly a scratch.
Oh man. No. Okay. Unless I don't heal him.
Of all the possible intruders, this is the last group I would expect. I suppose there was a high probability that the hunter would be drawn to this location. But you two...
Yeah, I got a 2-for-1.
What were your names again? Ned and Margaret.
Okay, now he's just messing with us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true, actually. Yeah, let's heal magic. This, I think, will overheal as well. Guess I'll get the 2 cards. So if I get something... Alright. Create a portal. Jam it into one of those in the corners there. Actually, I almost don't want the portal because I kind of want to blow that up. I'm just gonna blow it up anyways, right? And then I can just kick this dude into the stun for free. I mean, not for free, but you know what I mean. Absolutely, this is Sparta right into an electrical outlet. Seems like a good play. This is free, I might as well do it. Alright, it just changes the card to be 0. Oh, perfect. Especially the one I wanted it to be, too. Let's go ahead and drop a store. Gather's fine, but yeah, no, it's fine. Any reason to pop this? It does hit a guy. I mean, I guess that would be the reason, right? It would hit him. That's 40 damage. It's not like I need the heroism with these three. It's not that important.
We serve until the end.
Ow. Clearly not. I feel like we've been over this. Well, I mean, I guess Bruce doesn't. Even though apparently he still follows them on social media. It's so weird. I mean, it seems like he kind of does, but...
Staff or swords or whatever other enchanted LARPing weapons you brought into my facility. The modifications I've made to the Gamma Accelerator have rendered it quite volatile. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. The mind probe is far less reliable when the brain is damaged.
Tony Stark was right. You are moody.
Of course Tony was right on this regard.
Let's try this.
So I think... If I remember right, one of the reload options on that card was bonus damage. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Get a portal right into that guy. Yeah, there we go. Big KO. The magical gain 1 counter.
Targeting systems active.
Oh, actually, no, that guy's targeting now. If move an enemy was free, I don't think it would be nearly as bad, but because it's not, it feels really rough. I don't know. None of these are particularly great, if I'm being honest. Like 2 strengthen, and then draw one of their cards. Let's do it on Hunter.
You need this more than I do.
Though I guess Nico does have some pretty high damage cards.
Appreciate your concern.
It could have been better. But so do I. I also don't need Quick Slash anymore. I'm basically never going to activate it. Okay. Honestly, I think I'd rather just have the 2 week to play to this dude. Just have a frenzy into himself.
You are not ready for me.
Huh, it's hard to tell. Are we underground or maybe we're in space? That'd be a lot cooler than another Hydra meat locker in New York.
You mean, you honestly don't know?
No.
Just tearing your way through whatever Hydra facility you miraculously stumble upon?
Yeah, that's
More like
kind of planned usually.
wrecked.
There's not really a whole lot of thought here, if I'm being honest. It never really is. It's not that. Okay, that wasn't much better either. Alright, let's... I would need like a good knockback into something. I mean, I guess I could use Trapdoor. Right, it does some damage, and it pushes him into the corner here. So I can get the stun, and then next turn I can hope to kill him.
Wasn't bad.
But it's got a whole bunch of low damage cards
This is
in
a
my hand,
serious predicament for you.
unfortunately. Oh, someone's removed immediately. Now, what if I throw a box at him? How's that idiot? Alright.
There's only so much I can do here.
Well, I got for that turn. Next turn's an easy win though. You didn't even do anything.
It will all be
Bro.
over soon.
I'm starting to suspect not everything is as it seems. There was no data breach, and you barely raised an eye towards the Gamma Accelerator since your arrival. Perhaps you have a different motivation.
Yeah, leaving.
Caving in your face.
Oh, that too.
Unlikely, on so many levels.
It depends. Does he get angry when we start doing it?
Remember me now, Brucey?
I'm starting to, little punk. Which actually explains a great deal about how this visit came about. Far too amateurish an operation for Carol, or even Tony. It's not the how I should be focusing on, but the why. You're not here for the Gamma Accelerator at all, are you? No. The truth is far more delightful. Of course it is. Well, by all means, then, have at it.
What is that?
At this point, wouldn't surprise me if Thanos himself walked out of that thing.
Yeah, actually. But it's Wanda. Oh,
Wanda!
No. Oh, Wanda. We were too late. She belongs to Lilith now. Death is her only chance for release.
What? Hell no! No, that's not how we work. Haven't you learned anything yet? Leave her alone, you monster!
Oh, I assure you, Miss Maximoff is free to do as she pleases.
She appears neither free nor pleased to me.
I would agree with that.
Wanda, is there something you'd like to say to your friends?
Yes.
Oh, this is not going to be good. Defeat Fallen Scarlet Witch. Attacks against Fallen Scarlet Witch may result in a hex, which causes cards for the gear to be discarded from the hand. Choose your attacks wisely.
Guides my hand now.
I'm a little frightened, I'm going to be honest.
Tony must have known that I would
Human
need
and
her
good.
energies to help stabilize the reaction. Perhaps he thought her connection to the two of
Ley
you
line.
would somehow
Demands are correction on the
prevent
ground.
inevitable slaughter
Prevent that
about
mystical
to
energy
occur.
may escape. Events can be
Perhaps
triggered out
you're
of range like any other
simply
violent
canaries in a
explosions.
coal
Enemies
mine.
knocked into a ley line, they will receive a
In
negative
either
sound
case,
effect as
I may
well.
have underestimated him.
Like dormant.
You
Before
sure
returning.
you're alright there, Brucey? Sounding a little unhinged.
He is starting to rant like Faustus.
Why is vulnerable? I'll go ahead and drop heal right now, and I'll drop restore. That's kind of neat. It tells me when my ads go live. Which, in fairness, if I didn't have to have ads to actually like get money, you know, I would 100% wouldn't, but unfortunately it is kind of necessary. This hand is garbage. I don't have the draw 2 with me. Oof. Yeah, there's not a lot here to do. I can make portals, and that's kind of it. I'll detonate the ley line, I guess. Probably vulnerable to Wanda. Oh, I guess it didn't apply vulnerable. Okay. Oh, but I got the Paragon color. Next light card played is free.
The advantage is mine.
Applies 1 weak to anyone knocked into it. Stuns anyone knocked into it. That's vulnerable. Yeah, let's set up a Portal into the ley line. And I have 2 card plays and I can't do anything with it. Unfortunately. I guess technically I probably could have if I just chose not to. It should then gather, but it's not that big of a deal.
This is the only way.
That was just a really bad turn. Why you gotta shoot Nico like that, huh?
Do you even know?
Confused.
You should have listened to her. You will pay for your mistake.
The used hero will act unpredictably every time the other hero takes an action. Okay.
The looks on your faces. Genuine astonishment. Just like before with Tony and Steve at the tower. I wonder.
Let's be sure to knock her into the
Heroes
ley
always
line.
been so trusting, so gullible.
Get that vulnerable down.
You forfeited that
Okay.
right when you became another of my mother's puppets.
Yet here you all are, trying to save Wanda. I suppose I should add illogical to the list.
I'm curious if this will refund its play.
How about this one?
Because it applies marks, but it also KOs at the same time. Oh, did you really just cast Gather? Okay. I guess that's fine. I mean, it does a little bit of damage to Nico, but it KOs the one guy and it drops her down some level. It levels her up. Okay, so the answer was no, it took my play. Refresh that. Swarm with a roulette, huh? Sure. Apply strength into myself here. You're still confused? Oh, nice.
Anybody else just get a weird feeling?
Double roulette. Ooh, 138. Damn. Really good. She's not in range, is she? Oh, she. It's not enough, I don't think. No.
This should be good.
And I'm probably gonna be discarding the other one too. From the Hexed.
Stop me.
Yeah. We'll put the empty hand, which is fine. I have no more card plays available. Then we'll drop her to 6 with the toss. And just hope that Nico doesn't get slapped. I guess I could have given Nico the vampire thing. Right, make her do more damage. Dang, I mean, I don't know if I've made the comment before, but the hunter kind of packing back there. I'm gonna just put it out there.
Don't waste my time. We have to stop letting Banner get to
I don't know if that's considered. I don't know if it's considered a KO.
Snap out of it. We don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, that doesn't matter actually at
Cannot
all.
hurt me. The mother will never let anyone hurt me. Ever again.
More
Also
of
doesn't
Lilith's lies. I have heard such words repeated.
I'm gonna do damage, and the portal's in a bad spot. Alright, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. There.
Their strongest has fallen, but the fight remains.
I don't need Vanish. Honestly, I'm kind of just looking for... Yeah, heal card. This is a good turn to heal, so... Unfortunately, I didn't get multiple. I'm out of redraws. Oh, I just try to get an F? I'll F that. I'll just discard it for the extra movement. Keep positioning. Reinforcements come in.
Where do they keep finding these guys?
I don't know. He's recovered. Heroism increased. Fully charged.
Do not fear the mother's embrace.
I am okay with creating a new limbo
Let her
portal.
warmth envelop you,
Though actually, wait.
comfort you, make you whole.
Maybe I'm
There's
not.
nothing left in her eyes. Nothing of Wanda.
Such peace. Such a harmony of energies flowing through one form. She really is something, isn't she?
Let me get rid of
I
one of
always
these at
believed
least.
Scarlet Witch was powerful, but through
Heals
Lilith,
pretty good. Alright, let's do the quick slash. Let's get one of these guys out.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Whatever works.
Get the refund back. Those portals aren't active. Or those things aren't active. So let's create a new portal facing that one. That's free. I still have all my card plays.
Ready?
Take the goon out.
Stay.
Also gives her counter because she has
Centuries ago.
thing. She's got counter, so I feel like it's less likely for her to get hit. I'm gonna heal
Carry you onward.
Nico then. I feel like magic will be okay.
Aw, that's thoughtful.
Guarding strike. Fortify. How's Hunter doing on health? Hunter's doing alright. Okay. I feel like drawing Mark, replacing Mark probably doesn't matter, but damage is damage. So at this point, I kind of need to get some damage down.
Ugh, I won't forget this.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and jump off the center to do some damage here to Wanda. I wonder if that counts? No, okay, yeah. Only on card play. I'll redraw this as well. I've got the redraw, I might as well spend it. Quick slash, it'll probably be useful.
Shouldn't have come here.
Right, yeah.
They're not willing to
Reinforcements show up, I can quickly take care of them. Okay, so the side ones are open.
What is happening?
Ooh, that's unfortunate. I actually really wanted the hunter to be active. I don't know what you did. Chaos field? Chaos field to win.
We have to stop this. We can't just kill each other down here.
Oh, I think that's exactly
Damage taken from attacks
what
increased by
you have
50%.
to do.
Okay, so what you're telling me is I go like this.
Now you're starting to sound like Crossbow.
We just put her in the dead center of the chaos field.
But I thought we were friends.
Well, you know.
Huh, that won't stop me.
You know, Hunter, if you could not be there, that'd be great. So much so, I'm actually gonna refresh that card. I don't want any of your cards in here. Apply 2 vulnerable? Be a huge Witchfire coming through. Let's do capture to an ally. Let's... I think I just go for the damage. Yeah. Let's Witchfire. Because if it hits one of the minions, it'll recast. It'll recast.
I bet your Hydra recruiter didn't mention any of
Didn't
this,
hit
huh?
Wanda though? Interesting that it didn't hit Wanda. Sure. Let's apply 2 vulnerable. I think I'd rather get the status down right now.
Mother will never let me fall.
Honestly, that's pretty worth it. Pop that right now. And then we just move Nico out of the
Where
rift.
do you think you're going?
Away from... Or not rift, you know what I mean though. Away from the thing that caused him to take bonus damage.
Hesitate, friends. I won't.
Arm Alpha reinforcing.
A simple move.
Now I owe you.
Could have positioned better, but
Let chaos reign.
that's okay. I didn't think about that. Making a new one? Oh. They both are on the board. Okay. Everyone's on the chaos field. Except for Wanda, she's not. Naturally.
I have heard a great deal about Wanda, but now I finally see her power with my own eyes.
Weird positioning.
You were too weak for this fight.
Yeah, I get the Chaos Slash for that. Gather? I can't get her into the Chaos Field, unfortunately. I don't think I care, though, right? Yeah, I don't care.
I'll give it a whirl.
Just have Nico do work.
How could you do that to a friend?
Oh, wait. Don't get rid of my damage card? Okay. I forgot about that. I was like, wait. We just have the two, we just use 2 heroes and we just win. By overkill, too.
Real scary a minute ago.
I haven't beat the, all the goons. That's pretty cool. Got there in the end.
Well, this encounter has certainly smashed my expectations. Come now, Bruce. Can't let yourself get too carried away. We were planning on taking them alive. Then again, Wanda?
Eliminate them.
Dang, Bruce.
This is over. We must leave now. Wanda, stop. It's me.
It is not her, Nico. She cannot hear you anymore.
Please.
Ooh, that went through the portal too. Oh, victory! Hey, 2-star mission already. Didn't expect to just go right into a mission with that, but... Hopefully I can still do some of the other daily things. I'm guessing not though, I'm guessing it's gonna go to nighttime. I would have liked to go to the Forge. Though I guess it might have not been open, because it didn't give me the... it didn't show up on the... at the top. I don't know though. Because I don't want to miss out on like a day of research and stuff. Like the free XP from the training room.
Did you see that? I know you did.
Did I see her almost destroy all 3 of us? Then yes.
She hesitated.
And then blew up the ground where you were standing.
Still, Wanda's in there. Somewhere. I know it.
No, she is here.
Impossible.
Close it now!
What do you think I am trying to do?
No escape. No more. You were saying, Wanda. Your fault. You will be no more. Enough!
Dang.
I am not Agatha.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Don't say a word, Nico.
What?
Okay.
Ileana, are you okay?
My best friend just tried to murder me. What do you think?
At least we're still alive.
But she did not. We are still alive, and that has to mean something.
It just means we got lucky. I just want to close my eyes, and when I reopen them, have this all be some nightmare.
We should both turn in for the night.
There is nothing else to do.
Good night, Ileana.
Good? There is nothing good about this night, Hunter. Nothing good at all.
I mean, sheesh.
Nico,
Don't bother. Kinda just want to be left alone.
Understandable. We did our best.
At least we tried.
save it for a speech. I'm tired.
We can talk tomorrow, when you are feeling better.
Yeah, right. Might be a while.
I will be here.
But Wanda won't.
I mean, you don't gotta say it like that. True, though. Unfortunately. Doctor Strange.
Of all the reckless, immature.
Between Lilith's plans and her turning our friends into pawns,
Yeah, Doctor Strange is dead. What up, Doctor?
It seems there's a competition going on to see who can reprimand the young sons the harshest.
Are you participating?
I'm really glad everyone made it back safe and sound, which is impressive on its own.
True.
Trying an incantation like that at their level. One might think they would ask for a Sorcerer Supreme's guiding hand.
How you feeling with that?
I am sure that they now know it would have been better with you there.
Kind of you, Hunter. I kept my composure, but I care for Wanda. It was under my watch that she was taken. There is nothing more I want than to make this right. Even if the outcome wasn't as hoped, we now know what has happened to her. I've been hearing her voice, but each time it grows fainter. By the great Agamotto will bring her back to us.
You know, if anyone's gonna figure it out, it's gonna be Doctor Strange, let's be real. No one else has really got, the knowledge for it.
And here I thought we were finally starting to trust each other.
They went behind our backs. Nearly cost us everything.
They were trying to save their friend, like any of us would do.
Please, I would never do anything that reckless.
Yes, you would.
Do you even hear the words coming out of your mouth?
You
anymore?
100% would.
I would never do anything that reckless, given the stakes.
Yes, you would.
Really?
Okay, fine. I would never do anything that reckless today.
Fair.
I give that a solid maybe.
He didn't. He probably thought about it though, let's be honest.
FYI, everybody at Stark Industries would be upset with what you did. Me, not so much.
Okay. Why you gotta bring the entirety of Stark Industries into this, Tony? Come on, man. We're cool. What do you got for me, I guess?
Whew, you look like hell, dear.
Well, you know.
I suppose you must feel like it too after these very rough few days.
Yeah. Worried about the team.
I am not worried about me. I am more concerned with how everyone else is faring.
Not well, obviously. I am sorry you were unable to save Wanda, but at least you tried. I can't help but feel responsible for how things played out. Perhaps I pushed you too hard to save her too soon, before you, Nico, and Magic were ready.
No.
What happened was not your responsibility. We chose to betray Sarah's trust and put the lives of everyone here in jeopardy. You did not make us.
Yes, but if it wasn't for me emboldening you, we may have avoided this whole mess.
I cannot get Wanda out of my head now, seeing her like that. I know I did not know her before she fell, but she was in so much pain. It permeated from her.
Kind of look like a dragon
I
a
could
little bit, I'm
feel
not
it
gonna
tear
lie.
right through me. I just wish I could have freed her from it.
I know, dear. Me too. Maybe you'll get a chance to again. In the meantime, don't beat yourself up about it too much. And remember how much Sarah and I love you.
Of course, Agatha, of course. Oh, hey, Doggo.
I will see if I can find you a treat later.
Yeah, it's still the same one, okay.
Nobody likes feeling stuck on the sidelines, but We have to battle our impulses to win the war.
You would say that, Cal. You would say it. It is kind of interesting, seeing like the different takes on Captain America through various games and stuff.
Hunter, if you're looking for caretaker, she went to her room.
Yeah, and she made it very clear she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Got it, disturber.
Caretaker? It is Hunter.
Leave me be. I'm not exactly in the mood for visitors right now.
Okay.
She's pretty upset.
Understand.
We really screwed up, didn't we? I knew we shouldn't have gone messing with that mirror.
I'm worried about Nico and Magic. I think they're in shock.
They're definitely upset. I don't think they're taking too kindly to it. There was a chest, right? Yeah. Oh, there's two of them. It looks like day and night, but they're different. Still both outside. I head to the gate and go get this chest and then teleport to the other one. But I was saying, like, it's always interesting in different takes on Captain America in like video games and TV shows, because like some of them go really hard into the whole soldier thing, and some of them don't. Right, like some of them are usually pretty like light with the whole soldier aspect and just kind of more so play up the whole team leader part of Captain America. Like I'd say MCU didn't play too hard on him being a soldier outside of literally like Captain America, the First Avenger. And maybe a bit of the first Avengers movie. But after that, it didn't really feel like he was a soldier anymore. He was just the team leader.
It's gonna take some time for us to pull it back together. Pull ourselves together.
Well, I'll try to buy all the upgrades. Cool. That means I can spend my money on other stuff. I don't hate it. It's a real interesting one, I guess. That's the same thing, but higher. Neat, I guess. Don't hate that one. But it's also, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the sigils overall. Not that they're necessarily bad, they're just not. Oh, I'm looking for. How many Bloodwalker? What kind of other outfits? Got any fun ones? There was a couple that I saw that I was like, yeah. Oh yeah, that one's pretty cool. I don't really care too much for the top ones right now. Yeah, that's fine. Is there anything here that I grab? Let me... Stuff do I have? Probably have a good amount. Got 400. I have a couple more walking around outfits for the other heroes. I'm gonna go down the line. Yeah, that's cool and all. I do actually like that color. Converting it to be like the more classic colors, that's nice. Okay. I know Deadpool's got some funny ones. I think I'm gonna pass on Deadpool right now. What about Robbie? Robbie, anything fun here? He's not shop class. Actually, no. Definitely Tony gets the tech tuxedo. Reverse? I do not like that. I'm gonna be honest. I do not like the reverse Iron Man. It looks kind of ugly, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm just not a fan. Honestly, that's a fit right there. That's a fit. That feels kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here for that. Build Morbin time. I feel like he deserves the lab coat. Yeah, for Nico. Honestly, sure. Got new colors. Oh yeah. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of mess with that. That bubblegum pink. Something about that goes real hard for me. I don't know what. Oh my. Yeah, honestly, wonder if the like daily, like change outfits, daily changes, can also change the color. All right. I'm in the tank top. Is that a tank top? I remember just like a sleeveless shirt, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a fashion clothing person. A lot of stuff going on. Alright. Come on, Super Link. Carol had a message last night. Can any of these be used for Sun Serum? Or for your Sun Serum? The minute amount of perfect. I put a tracker on any shipments with less than legit buyers. I think one of those buyers will be our gal, Sin. For the daily reminder, always wear sunscreen. A good elephant in the room is the kind you mount on a wall. In that spirit, let's dig into last night's catastrophe. This is the time. Half the team went AWOL, Steve. Our secret weapon and our only reliable method of transportation decided to follow Mallrat Mab into a trap so obvious even Wonder Man would have noticed. To go, Tony. Don't fault them for doing what they could to recover Wanda. And since when does Iron Man play by any tune but his own, telling us to follow the rules is a joke coming from you? Pains me to see the adult in the room. It pains me to be not see. Whew, I normally can't read, and here I am, even more unable to read. It pains me to be the adult in the room. I have no choice if you're going to lash out like children. Only less than they lost their teammate to Lilith. If we didn't, it's better nothing to us. You know the feeling you know better than to pick a fight with those who are going through a similar experience. I'll drop it for now. Yeah, I'm always down to hang out. I swear that's not a joke about web swinging. Unless you laugh, in which case I'm brilliant. What details I want to share? You have time? Full disclosure, you're the second person I've asked, but it was a close second. Who was the first? Actually, first is probably Deadpool.
They say the Pacific Ocean has no memory, Hunter.
But you are looking at the Atlantic.
Close enough.
Really? Well, that explains so much. Just think. A few years ago, I was just your quintessential 98-pound high school freshman.
98 pounds?
Even the lunch ladies used to shake me down for milk money.
Hey, I used to be built like Spider-Man, apparently.
The legendary Hunter and the Midnight Suns in their super secret Atlantic Ocean base.
That's not
We
true.
are
I
happy to
was a
have you.
little over 98. It was like
That's
110,
just it.
I think.
What if that radioactive spider had decided to chomp down on someone else's
Which,
behind?
for my height,
What
was
would old
actually
non-arachnid
way
me
under.
be?
Not way under, but it was a good, like, 20 pounds below what I should have been. That's just it. What if that radioactive spider decided to chomp down on someone else's behind? What old non-arachnid me be? Special either way.
Something tells me you would have changed the world regardless, Peter Parker.
Change the world? Let's not get carried away here. I may have helped out a bit in the neighborhood, but...
You have certainly impacted me.
Right back at you, pal. You know, Hunter, I've been to a lot of truly amazing places since I put on the old spider tights. Way beyond my little neighborhood in Queens. But when all is said and done, there is nowhere I'd rather be right now than here with the rest of you.
Hey! Oh, hey, team friendship level is halfway there now. Cool. Bring the house down, common passive. When Spider-Man uses an environmental attack, it gives a chance to refund the cost. Huge, actually. If I bring Spider-Man on a mission, I gotta make sure I have him do the environmental attack. Oh, her room's not normally open. I just fell asleep some mercury. I just, like, instinctively wanted to press the Alt key. Lilith's free spirit has always been a worry of mine. I thought that, perhaps, coming here would help her channel that energy towards our work. I was mistaken. She married the immortal man. It seems that she is expecting a child. A child! As if a lover was not distraction enough to bring a half-blood descendant into the world. Not only wrong, but it is extremely dangerous. For all of us, she insists that my feelings are born of envy. I cannot help but laugh. My longing for the distractions of love ended a millennia ago. After the incident, I scattered my dolls in the area around the grave. Caretaker's doll was placed in this doll I built. Okay, I already figured that out. We found them all. Put them all away. Well, then I continue to work against Shaw. We have lost the coven of witches to the barbaric nature of those townsfolk that he's brought under his influence, but their sacrifice will never be forgotten. I must admit that I'm frustrated with Lilith these days. She does not have the focus that our sisters of the coven did, so that she may find herself distraction by a Salem man from the village. Blood simply cannot give in to such impulses. I've warned her that she is being a fool. Anything else? The painting? The page? Lilith's husband, Gregor, has died. Illness has swept through Salem, and even Lilith and I are affected. Many lives have been lost. I hear clutching her swollen abdomen. Feet are plastered across her face. I wonder what will come of her if she loses a child. What's change in my sister? She's always walked her own path, but that freedom of emotion that was once endearing grows into something darker. Tell me this chair is too fat? Alright. Oh, that's interesting. What do you think? 3 credits. Let's check it here first. Okay, nothing. Oh, hi, dog. Let's go,
Good
Charlie.
girl, Charlie.
Don't you think with all my knowledge, all my expertise, I could have helped save Wanda?
No.
What?
Why?
Because we do not trust you, Strange.
Your problem, Magic, is that you don't trust anyone.
Why should I? Where were you when Wanda was taken? What have you or any of the other Avengers done to rescue her?
I thought we resolved this already. There was nothing any of us could do.
No, you resolved it out of your mind. We acted.
And had you elicited my help, you might have succeeded.
Please, you Avengers would only have gotten in our way.
Kind of.
I suppose we'll never know now, will we? And people say Tony's ego's big.
Enough of this. I have to attend to some issues in Limbo. Someone has to make sure we have safe passage through space-time.
Now who is running from a fight, Ileana?
We don't gotta egg her on, bro. Let her be. Help hero.
Hey,
Can I ask a favor?
Discover something interesting in the Abbey Grounds with Charlie. Climbing the walls. I want to see what a board helmet can do. I'll attempt to do that, I guess.
Nice shirt. Too bad you had to die for it.
I try not to be someone who equates youth with folly. I wish Ileana would not look at someone with a lifetime of experience and assume incompetence. Perhaps there was more I could have done to save Wanda, but until I get back into my sanctum, I cannot see everything I once did.
No, magic.
Magic just does not understand what you have been through, Doctor.
Of course she doesn't. She hasn't experienced an inkling of the universe that I have.
Then why let this bother you?
You know why? I just don't feel complete without the sanctum and all its prophetic perks. Like I'm not quite myself.
So you can no longer peer into the future. But that is not where your true value lies. Maybe it is time to reframe your place in the world.
Perhaps you're right, but I do not know where to start.
You can start by realizing that you are the Sorcerer Supreme, no matter where you rest your head.
Thank you, Hunter, for your wise counsel.
Actually, that was a pretty good pep talk.
Will excuse me, this Sorcerer Supreme needs to figure out a way to save us from this mess.
Well, good luck with that, Doctor Strange. What the bull?
Back from your little field trip. I'm surprised Caretaker hasn't ripped you a new one yet. Going behind her back with the backup singers of your pop-punk band was really risky.
Yeah, pop punk's a good description.
Magic
I was
and Nico
like,
need
is
my
that good?
assistance.
No,
I
yeah,
cannot
that's
say
pretty
no.
good.
Hey, I love hijinks. You gotta have real big cojones to go after Wanda like
My first instinct was metalcore, but no, pop punk's probably more correct.
I will not ask what that means, but thank you?
Really? You don't know what... Never mind. Lessons come later. Between you and me, I would have done the same thing. Not because I love causing a scene, but in our line of work, we need to bend the rules. Play fast and loose.
Some rules can be flexible.
Gonna be honest, didn't think we'd both be on the same page there.
How come? I am capable of choosing what rules to break or submit to.
Because you're the fancy schmancy legend. I thought rules and order were your bread and butter.
Then I am glad to have changed your perception of me.
Now you're the fancy schmancy rule breaker. If you ever want to break more rules with your little posse, count me in.
Don't know how much you can help. Aside from just being Deadpool, but I guess that's fair.
Your unwavering optimism inspires me.
Look at you, sweet talker.
Let's do some forging.
I'm quite pleased with these results.
Strike terminal. New upgrade in the war room. Well, enemies have a chance to become available for interrogation with KO. Would have been nice in that last combat, actually. Oh, that's the challenge mission thing. Our challenge is available in every mission. Bring Captain America along. Bring Spider-Man on one more mission. Everything else here is good to go. So far, most of these are pretty much good to go. I need to bring Cap on a mission, I need to bring Spider-Man on a mission, so I think... Oh no, I need to do a hero op with Captain America specifically. And then I need to bring Spider-Man on a mission. If I have a hero op available, I'll send Captain America on that one. Yeah, that's good. Get the special mission.
Welcome to Tony's Scary Demon Cave. I'm Tony, and how may I assist you today?
Yeah, one gamma coil analysis, please. What do we got?
These should definitely give you an edge.
Forceful knockback towards Spider-Man. Interesting. Relentless. If target was damaged this turn, plus 19. Beast Strike? Why is there a star on that? Oh, because it's got the... Yeah, okay. That's the thing. I like... Well, that's kind of technically new too, right? Ooh. I do like Special Delivery. That's an interesting one. I like Relentless. And that's basically everything I want to do there. Miranda's got a new private message for me. I'll place one of the strikes with them. Stephen Strange, Hunter! It is difficult to surprise and delight a Sorcerer Supreme, but you continue to find a way. Upon great reflection, I recognize a need for time away from the flesh. Never spent the Abbey grounds with friend, of course. We move on.
During my last meditation session,
Oh, a friendship
my
right there.
thoughts turned to you, and I wondered if you had some wisdom to offer. I steered Earth's mightiest heroes through esoteric cataclysm and mystical strife before, but now I see myself dimmed in their eyes. With the loss of the Sanctum, is it possible that I am the last Sorcerer Supreme?
Just gave you one.
All your experience makes you a stable voice in unsettling times.
Yes, I held the fate of many in my hands, but the Midnight Suns don't trust me. The Avengers fear I am so fragile that a single misplaced comment would shatter me.
Leaders cannot always see the path ahead, and I still follow you.
1 out of 3 isn't bad. None of us wields control. We can only swim through chaos, gathering what we can preserve. My ego relished being the sole calm eye in the midst of unholy tempests. Now, perhaps I find all eyes, including my own, look to you. You remind me of the Ancient One. Or perhaps I must learn the same lesson over and over.
You know, sometimes you just gotta learn a lesson. Get cards in your hand increase damage. Ooh. New combo modifier. New color palette. Hello, Steve.
Hey there.
Hello. Oh yeah, Spider-Man also got a new card. I got one of the quick kicks for Special Delivery. Why do I have a voice on? Or room upgrade. Right? Permanent.
Looks good to me.
I'm honestly not even sure quite what happened there.
Tell me you found something good.
Well, I got an intel cache.
The numbers.
Was that good?
I'm not gonna sleep well after reading this.
Alright, well, I would have liked to
Got
bring
some arts
Captain America on
ready
the
for
next
you.
mission, but a modern ability or an ability? Yeah, we'll send the one that is just an ability. I'll get him, Cap.
Happy to help.
Bye.
Still got training to do. Just our deadly sparring for now. Plus 10 resilient. Well, you need to bring Spider-Man on a mission.
Well, you know what they say about practice, right?
Always makes perfect.
Save some of that.
Plus 2 boom. Spider-Man's a little bit more resilient.
I like sparring with you more than Robbie. My suit doesn't end up with burn.
I should probably go talk to Caretaker, yeah. Here's Caretaker. The other one, the Baron? Oh, that's Nico. Probably go talk to Nico too, though. Oh, was Nico's room? No, that's definitely Tony's room. I don't know if it's a sign, but it's hard to tell when the doors
Emo
open.
kids for life.
Nico, what are you doing in Wanda's room?
What does it look like?
No, it's not even her room.
Ileana said this grimoire is filled with pretty powerful magic. There's gotta be something in here. Something to break the stupid spell your mother cast over Wanda so, you know, we can all go back to being normal. To being friends again.
Where that is.
Blood Witch, Daywalker, Spirit of Vengeance, former Queen of Limbo, and the Child of Lilith. I doubt anyone would ever accuse the Midnight Suns of being normal. Dark magic always comes with a price, Nico. Just be sure you are willing to pay it.
Hello, Blood Witch. Without going too TMI on you, let's just say I know all about the cost of doing business.
Your magic demands your blood. The magic in that book may have a different hunger. It is not just your life you are playing with anymore.
Hey, you went through that mirror with us, Hunter.
If I recall, I was sucked inside after trying to stop the vortex you created.
No.
I was trying to save our friend for all the good
Technically
that
not her
did
fault.
me. It all made sense in my head. We'd find Wanda, smack
I think
around
it's
a
her
few
fault for it
Hydra
being her
dirtbags,
idea,
bring
but-
her back to the Abbey, and Caretaker would bake her a cake. I wasn't exactly envisioning Wanda trying to murder us. Or you trying to do the same thing to her.
We'll do better next time.
Perhaps next time we should formulate an actual plan. One that does not involve Blade or Robbie.
Tell me about it. Wait, did you just say next time?
I do not give up easily.
Neither do I. How about this? I'll keep digging through these pages if you promise not to release our friend anytime soon.
Deal.
Good, because I'm gonna hold you to that. Well, unless you have anything to add to this free Wanda brainstorming sesh, I should get back to her grimoire.
Good luck.
I'm not leaving one page unturned until I find a way of bringing her back to her senses. Till then, later.
You know, I feel like she'll find
Can
something.
I help you?
No, no, you can't. Yeah, where is Caretaker? Gotta be outside somewhere. Oh yeah, she's outside it. Yeah, was there a chest? Other way. Up over this way. I don't know what's up that. I don't remember. I should check what that is, though. It's over here. Okay. Little crater.
I wanted to apologize for last night. I just couldn't believe what you and the rest of the Sons did, and needed time alone to process. I knew I underestimated Nico's desperation to save Wanda when I realized she swiped my spell book. I keep thinking, if I hadn't given up on her so easily, if I had listened to them, helped them, I could have prevented them from going out on their own and risking all. Do you think they are right, Hunter? Do you think I gave up on Wanda too soon?
Ooh. No.
Try not to be too hard on yourself about what you did or did not do.
But it's my job to make the best decisions for the team with the given information. And this time, I feel like I failed spectacularly.
Well, sometimes make the wrong
We are
call,
all
or
doing
you make
our
the wrong call. You know.
It doesn't feel like it right now.
Oh, that's fair.
It does not have to.
Oh, I can't help but be reminded of Lilith. Maybe if I tried to save her centuries ago, we wouldn't be walking the apocalypse we're in now. Well, I ought to pull myself together and face the day. Thanks for the word, Hunter.
No problem, caretaker. Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna do just one more mission, and then anything in the nighttime. That's gonna be it. I'm starting to just like... I'm starting to feel it. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to go. I'm kind of like forcing myself through it right now, but that's only gonna last so long. Here's a regular, eat Deadpool, world's best turduckens for pickup, mostly fresh. Where is this? Oh, it's like just outside, okay. What's up with the portal though? I'm curious. Able to face 3 waves of Solus with a single hero. You may enter the threat room once per day to try out abilities, gain XP, and level up. Other bonuses stable. Hero's level is high, highest on the roster. They will not gain next level 12. Sure. I guess Captain Marvel is kind of low on level. I don't know. This is something I'll do like super often. I don't know how this goes. I don't know if this is like a quick automated thing or if it's...
There should be no sweat. I should be used to this by now.
There's a lot of dudes here. Okay.
I'm on. Don't make the same mistake twice.
I'm gonna go like laser beam. All Solus will refund card plays when they are KO. Oh, good to know. Look at 17.
One more. You should have known better. And what did we learn today?
Yeah, whenever you're one step ahead. Oh, that didn't KO, huh?
Well, that's
Nice.
exciting.
Level up. Still binary? Probably take out one of these dudes.
That looked like it hurt. Which arm are you guys again? Arm D, B team, third string?
Yeah, do the quick jab here.
Think these guys got their tactics from the back of a magazine.
But I think... Okay. Move here. I'm kind of shocked that actually it's not enough. But if that's the case, then maybe I should come over here and the card play back by going this way.
This has your name
Oh.
on it.
I don't know if that sound came through.
Next time I won't go easy.
I don't know when or how I managed to have Steam start making noises whenever I get an achievement.
Not a problem.
But that's what that noise was.
Seems like
Alright, I'm feeling like it's probably a setting that they just like enabled by default. And I just didn't do anything about it.
Take this. You'd think after 80 years of failure, Hydra would throw in the towel already.
You guys aren't even Hydra. What are you on about, Captain Marvel? Hello? I don't even know what to call these guys.
At least Hydra Green is iconic. If you're a low-rent mercenary, I mean.
Oh man, I'm just getting all my card plays back. Although this is the end of it though, I can't get any more. Let's do one more redraw though. I think that's not good. Okay, just want an E-strike, but that's still a good play.
No change in plans?
Well, we'll just end. Put on the one. Went from a full squad of enemies, like a lot of them, down to 4. That's actually pretty good.
You're wasting your energy. I just don't know when to quit.
Okay, that's actually quite a lot of people.
They're feeling confident.
Quick jab. Still in binary form too, which is
These
nice.
monsters are wild and unpredictable. These Rentamercs have no gumption.
Yeah, we'll need that guy.
Didn't think I could get any stronger.
Card play refunded. Oh, that looks like a... This, like, right here-ish. That looks like the line. Right there. I get both. Oh, that right there. That's a huge line. I just KO'd like 5 dudes. Look at all these cards. That one doesn't matter as much.
Here we go. Wonder what the desertion
I guess
rate is
thinking
for
about it.
lackeys.
Right, a quick card being played is less valuable here. Because KOs always happen. Or KOs always grant me the card playback. Which makes quick not as impactful.
Like us to beat up chumps like you.
Oh, that might have been the wrong card.
No way Hydra's medical plan can cover the beating we're about to put on you.
Okay, though. Yeah, I meant to do quick jab. I'm down to 3. And then I have redraws. Oh, is there... is that it? Is that my whole deck? Okay. I'll knee strike one of the big ones, I guess.
Sure I can't change your mind?
I have so much armor.
I almost felt that one.
Couple of reinforcements. I might be able to just clear them out. Depending on how this goes.
You really think that'll be enough?
Start with the quick jab.
Seems like it'd be cheaper just to replace you guys with robots. I bet Tony would cut Faustus a deal.
Go ahead, use the movement so I can get a perfect lineup on the photon beam. That seems good. Maybe it would have been better to angle a little more over here, but...
I'm still the focus here. Ready up.
Quick jab.
Don't mess with me.
There's level 12.
Now they're really in trouble.
Yeah, this seems like it's a really good and easy way to get Some levels, huh? Like, wow. Yeah, sure. That just raw KO'd this dude, so might as well, right?
Made that so much worse.
The problem now, though, is everyone else has really high health. Gotta rebuild up my my heroism.
There's no way Hydra's medical plan can cover the beating we're about to put on you.
I mean, that's the thing, is I could use Fists of Radiance.
Here we go.
At least it's another KO.
At least monsters are wild and unpredictable.
Right, I would have liked to get Photon Beam, but I didn't have the card plays for it. I guess just take 48 block.
Bring it. You've really got a one-track mind.
We're down to 3 again. Dang. Maybe with 2 of them pretty low. No, they brought Count Marble up to level 12. I think that was a success. I killed like a bunch of stuff. Did I get any rewards? Okay. Yo, was that a greenhouse? Since when? It's a statue of Lilith, it looks like, too. Well, that was neat. Don't know how much more I'll be doing that if I'm being...
I wouldn't have guessed we'd become such fast friends, Hunter, but I welcome your
Oh yeah, it's the black box and everything. Okay. I'll come back to those. Got some missions to select. Not the Hydra truck. I do need another artifact sometime soon. It looks like there's not a main story mission right now. It's only the side missions or those ones. I do want the artifact. Right? I wanna get it sooner than later. We can bring Magic and Spider-Man. Magic, Spider-Man, and I mean, she does have good synergy with Robbie. And apparently it's got a buff right now. But I also have a buff. But also, one of these two could use some XP. Or, you know what? Let's bring Morbius. I haven't brought Morbius at all. Ever since I've gotten him, I haven't brought him on any missions. Let's bring him along for once. You know? Gotta be Morbin time eventually. Kill the enemies. What do we got going on here? Looks like it's just a standard blow everyone or kill everyone. Oh, okay. There's a card as well, or a key card.
When you mess with the Midnight Suns.
Who has the key card?
To be a minute.
Does nobody have the key card? Okay. We'll start with the easy hit, the easy play.
That was awesome.
That's kind of just happening, right? The forceful knockback towards is so interesting. I like it though. That's a really cool move.
Very effective.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it has to be the super basic guys. 18. Bro, you're better than that. I'll bind the big one. Can I also blow this up?
That will do.
Well, I mean.
Try this.
That's not my movement too. Could knock those guys together. I'll just push that dude into the thing. My performance action. Yeah. I'll just push that dude into the webbed up person. I'm okay holding on to those. Weird how the music just like cut out there for a second too.
You must not realize what you've done.
Hey, cut that out.
I don't know, it's not the keycard thing. I don't know if it's create this keycard. Maybe it's one of these guys, I don't know. The reinforcement waves, I don't know. It's never happened before, as far as I'm aware.
I think we're all feeling good about this one, yes?
Turn has bleed. Lovely as bleed. How does hunger work? I don't remember. That would kill. Yeah, we'll just chain all three into the big one.
Ooh, I like it.
In bloodlust and 47 block. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, because now like all of his attacks will apply bleed or something. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of banish. Okay, not quite what I wanted, but fine. You. Attack somebody. Yeah, beat that guy up. Nice. Actually, KOing him is pretty cool. That guy. I think I can have a friend. Right, because we can just blow up the barrel. And that should take that guy out.
You shouldn't try. You'll only embarrass yourself.
I should make the portal too.
Once again.
But it's free, I might as well preemptively make it. Well, Spider-Man do it because he's potentially able to refund the cost. That's unfortunate. I think it's not based on bleed damage, but based on gaining bleed.
I admire tenacity, but not this time.
Honestly, I thought Spider-Man was like trying to dodge there when he animated. Alright, we can stop beating up Spider-Man. Okay. Okay.
Seems our work isn't done here.
You are
Alright.
cowards.
Chain Strike is a good one. I need more of this. Hold on, I need more chaining. Yeah, let's do this. Let's set this dude up to get killed by something. I don't know what.
As they say, it gets the job done.
That's really anything.
Coming at you.
Take both of those dudes out.
Good work.
I'm gonna have 1%. He also has bleeding. He'll take 33. And he's getting attacked. I think they're too far away though, yeah. It's a good card though. Let's replace the whip as well. Maybe I get something else good. Second claw. Oh, that's what I was looking for. But I didn't think of the thrall.
Is this what you had hoped for?
And then he's not in range for that, but
Here we go.
that dude with the pillar. Okay. Kinda cringe. Oh, and I was gonna attack Spider-Man. Spider-Man be going down here, I think. I don't know if there's like a inherent dodge chance or something. But I guess I could miss, right? But unlikely, right? Especially with the rapid gun. Yeah.
We need to help them. It is the beginning of the end.
Revive is free, so there's at least that.
I won't let you down this time.
Give Leon the counter.
You will leave this world alone and forgotten.
It's too late. You should have been more careful.
Oh, that's perfect.
Whatever works for you.
Get the refund. I don't need a new portal. I mean, that's cool, but is it a da? No. Quick ball 2, maybe we get something good. The whip is good. Just tell him to not act this turn.
Maybe, I don't know, you should have asked Lilith for cooler outfits?
Oh, you know, I guess actually it would have been enough. I forgot about that. That's on me. I forgot about the crates. I just needed a little bit more, Actually, I literally had the heroes in for it too. Like, I could have done it. I wasn't thinking about that.
I think I'm actually hurt.
They don't need charm. Need banish. Dang. Let's knock him into Spider-Man.
Must be pretty brave.
Pretty good, actually.
No, I wouldn't want to fight us. Good one.
Didn't get the cash, but I don't know if there was a way to. It didn't. Nobody had a key card for it. It didn't explode, so I don't know. I don't know if it's like a thing to sell these wishes. Holy 1 star. Oh, I guess I did get knocked out, yeah. That's fair. Well, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Do night stuff, and then I think that's gonna be it. I'm getting like real out of it. I mean, hey, maybe I wouldn't have been. Oh, I thought it was inspecting the bug. Maybe I would have played a little bit better there if I paying more attention. Book club meeting. Hang out. Club?
A few of us are meeting up tonight. It's a book club. You're probably busy, but if not, the others said I should invite you.
A book club?
Yeah, I didn't figure the great and powerful Hunter would be into a book club.
What is?
Is a book club some form of weapon? Do you strike with the spine?
You hear that? That's the sound of Agatha rolling in her grave. Book clubs are simple. You read books and talk about them. Sometimes there's punch. Anyway, I'm headed to the meeting. I doubt it's your thing, but if you're interested, you could tag along.
Sure.
After you.
Okay then.
Book club meeting. We got Steve, we got Blade, we got Carol, and we got me.
Blade's giving you the stink eye. Or maybe he doesn't like the punch. Either way, I think he wants to speak with you.
Here's how this works. We pick out a book, we read the book, and then next meeting we talk about the book. It's my turn to pick, so give me a minute. I need to narrow it down.
What's your favorite one?
What is the best book you have read so far?
None.
You have not read any books, but you are starting a book club?
Hunter, I've read half the books in the library. I have too many favorites to list. I meant I have no book club favorites yet.
What are you saying? The book? The books are your...
What kind of book is a book club book?
The good ones, that's the plan at least.
Did you already talk about today's book?
Well, no, there isn't one for today.
Alright, Blade, what aren't you telling me?
You are being evasive, and I do not know why.
This is technically our first meeting.
I thought this was a regular thing you did.
Yeah, I want it to be. Doesn't matter how sharp your weapons are if your mind is as dull as a brick. Just give me some space. I need to find the right book if I'm going to. I need to pick the right book, okay?
All right.
Okay. Steve?
This is the first book club I've been to that didn't devolve into a knockdown, drag-out fight.
What?
Must have been some book club.
Yeah, like what?
A few years back, Bruce and Tony started the Teacher's Literature Circle. First book chosen was Banner's favorite. Tony hated it. Said it was the worst poetry he'd ever read. That a mascara-blinded lab monkey could have written it better. I still don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Turned out, it wasn't Banner's favorite book. It was Hulk's.
Oh no.
We lost 2 floors of Avengers Tower before he calmed down.
What happened next?
Black Widow invoked the "this is why we can't have nice things" rule and banned book clubs from meeting at the tower.
Dang. Understandable, though, with that
I
one.
hope I have time for this. I used to be in one of these with my friend Jess, but it fell apart.
What happened?
I got reassigned, she had a kid, aliens invaded, the usual.
Aliens?
Yeah, it's been a busy decade.
Well, you figure out your book yet?
All right, I made my decision.
So, what is it going to be?
The first book we'll read for book club will be The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Ooh, a classic.
Yeah.
Yep, that's an old book.
Way older than The Hunter.
I've read the other one.
Ah, The Art of War. I read that when I was 12.
Well, then you could reread it. See if you gain a new perspective. Our time is tight, I get it. But stop by the library and read the book before the next meeting. But I hope you read the whole thing. This book is one of my favorites.
The katana gave that away.
Yeah, I'm always around if you want to chat about it.
I'll save it for the next book club.
I could chat about it.
Nah.
It's so obvious. I mean, look.
Hunter.
It's pretty clear. The book club was so that Mr. Blade here can try to Gotta get with Carol.
What did you think of the meeting?
Seems like a great way to get to know each other.
Wasn't there to work?
What do you think of Blade's choice of book?
It got me thinking about a book I can choose. It'll have to be a good one to match Blade's pick.
That's fair.
See you later.
Next time, then.
I admit, I like the low-pressure approach we're taking to book club. These things should be fun and informative. Not the high-stakes powder keg of the Stark and Banner book club regime.
High stakes powder keg punch? Look at those PNG oranges. Let's go.
I think that went well. Carol
Weapons?
seemed to
I don't
enjoy
know.
herself.
Probably oranges, right?
What do you think?
Blade, did you start a book club so Carol would join it?
What?
No. Yes. Sort of. We were talking about books, and I may have suggested the two of us read a book and talk about it. Captain America overheard and expressed interest. Carol said I was starting a book club, and he asked if he could join.
Then what?
What was I supposed to do? Say no to Captain America?
Yes. You literally did during the thing. Or when he asked you.
Knowledge is
asked
the
you
key to a
talk about
person's
katanas.
heart.
You think?
It might be the key to Carol's heart.
The key to mine is a silver stake, so you got the better end of the deal. Glad you came, Hunter, but don't forget to do the reading.
All right, I will.
I'm not kidding.
Strike and quick strike. My show. It would be nice to get a second upgraded quick strike. And then knee strikes. Neither of those are upgraded, so those would both get upgraded as well. I was hoping it would show me the card. I get, yeah, show details, I guess, right? Can I see the unupgraded version? No. I'm hoping I could. I mean, they're both fine. It's got 4 upgrades. This will put Carol at 5 upgrades. I like the Carol one, or the Captain Marvel one. We got book club outfits. Art of War. I don't even know where that is. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have already read it. Oh. Were those books different every time? No? No, those are the same ones. I was just wondering if it was different because it's giving me the arcane knowledge. I guess maybe it's not like a timer. Where is the doggo? Someone's got... Oh, this is oh, I can still hang out with people.
I wouldn't have guessed we'd become such fast friends, Hunter, but I welcome your company.
Okay, so who? For one, heroes. Captain Marvel, edit deck, take out the knee strike, put in the big knee strike. I do also like having Bring It On. Fun. Then I can do a bunch of upgrading for Captain Marvel. Look. Oh yeah. No, I wanted to actually check people. So we can hang out with Tony. He's very close, but he's like just compliment him and we're good. Kind of close. Hang out with Tony or hang out with Steve.
¿Qué pasa, Hunter?
Oh.
Hunter,
Got magic.
stay a while. I do not want to be alone.
Magic's pretty close. Yeah, let's hang out with Magic.
Magic, are you all right?
No, Hunter, I am not. And neither is Limbo. The dark energy is increasing.
This danger you feel, have you given more thought to what could be causing it?
Yes, but I do not want to say it out loud.
It's gonna be afraid.
It is all right to feel fear, Magic.
I am not afraid, Hunter.
I don't have a read on her, man. I really
Once
don't.
say his name, he becomes real again. Words have power. I do not want to give him any more than he already has.
He?
If I am right, you will see soon enough. But tonight, that's all I can say.
Well, let's hang out then. Good strength no matter what. Meditation. You seem like you like that. I didn't buy any gifts beforehand. I mean, I still have some left over, so maybe I'll find some. Maybe I've got something still for her. I also forgot about that. I just remember the gifts are a thing.
It was hard enough
I need
getting
to give
used to the
people.
Midnight Suns. Now we have doubled in size.
You are one of the Midnight Suns.
Now, yes, but not at the beginning. I was the strange woman who spoke to no one.
I feel like a lot of you
It
spoke
must
to
be
nobody
worse
when
for
you came here.
Hunter. All the faces are new, except for Caretaker.
I don't mind.
I enjoy meeting new people. It keeps me grounded in this century.
I also came here knowing only Caretaker. And what did I do? I hid in my room for weeks.
Honestly, mood?
I will tell you a secret. Do not laugh. I have a tiny envy for how you make friends so quickly.
Also mood.
How so?
It comes so easy to you. Even when you are a bat. You are a likable bat.
What?
You like my butt?
Hunter, this right here, this is you being a bat.
Not as long as I am likable.
Ha, up for debate. Whatever you're doing, keep doing. Don't waste the time hiding in your room.
Oh wow, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Magic for normies? No. Explosion Supreme? No. Backbox, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe just get rid of the candle, I don't know. Practical Muay Thai. Air combat. No, this seems like a Carol Danvers kind of thing. A book club favorite. Well, Magic's not a part of the book club, so. Oh, that one actually might not be bad.
I'm
Hey,
not
she loved it.
smiling. I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, got 2 strength. And a legendary swimsuit, apparently. We got training day outfit. I think it should have raised her. Yeah, 14 points. It definitely put her
Did
over.
Strange put you up to that? It was nice.
Where's Tony? Back in his room.
You, Hunter.
Is he like in his room? Check my sock in.
Hi, Hunter.
Hi, Nico. Hi. I don't know if I've ever known when it says hi. Tony. What? Charlie, what are you doing out in the yard? Hello? Just throw it back. Oh, there's that. I have to go talk to Charlie real quick. Hey, what, Charlie? What are you doing?
You have not set anything on fire today, have you?
Any... Ooh, Hunter's Folly. There's just up there.
Good girl, Charlie.
Here, follow me, Charlie. We'll walk over there so you can potentially get your thing done, so I can get that, mission done. Little side questy thing. for Carol. Oh yeah, that is what that one is. But I haven't talked to Count Marvel apparently. I don't think I'll be doing that right now though, because it looks like she is in her room. No, she's not. No, I tried. We're going technically this way. I want to go up. I don't know how well Charlie's gonna work. All things considered. With like the whole discovering thing when I kind of. Oh, okay.
What is it, Charlie? Find something?
It. Okay. Sure. How about him? Oh, you know, I was questioning before what would happen with those, with the chests. If there's like no more like customizable thing, like customization thing, cosmetics. That's actually probably what you get. You probably just get like combat items and like resources.
Oh, hey there, fellow night owl.
Oh.
What are you up so late reading?
The twisted brain drippings of that psycho Faustus.
Fun.
This journal is like a love letter to Aleister Crowley, the Necronomicon, Jack the Ripper, and Charles Manson, all remixed into some nightmarish open mic poetry. I'm going to be up all night trying to make sense of it, see if it helps us find our way back into the sanctum.
You are exhausted, Carol. Get some rest. You can crack Faustus's code tomorrow.
It's not that I don't appreciate the sentiment, Hunter, but I'll tap out when I'm ready. Besides, if I went to sleep right now, this nightmare juice would be sure to terrorize me with bad dreams.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
And when I say bad dreams, I don't mean Lovecraftian demons or Cenobites. I mean being stuck at a 12-hour poetry slam in the East Village. You know, real horror. Listen to this crap. Lilith, your name is a black hole for men like me to lose their souls. How I await to be suffocated in your arms. Choke on the dark tendrils of your hair. Murder me, goddess, and I will help you murder this dimension.
He's mad.
These are just the ramblings of a madman. No rhyme or reason to be found.
There must be something helpful here. Well, I ought to get back to burning the midnight oil. I got about 400 pages to go of this crap.
400?
I'll let you know what I find out.
Plea request.
Awesome. Thanks, Hunter.
Guarding strike. Okay. Wasn't already upgraded before, it'll be upgraded now. That's good. I do want to see guarding strike. Check it out. Oh no, it's right there. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it will be upgraded. Cool. Interesting. Yellow and pink. I guess that makes sense, right? Because it came from magic. I'm not a big fan of most of these face sigils, I'm gonna be honest. They're largely not that great. Book club. Book club. Remember, I can, yeah. That's tab. There. I can cycle through the heroes. Book club. The Dr. Brain got a new color. Pretty good. Robbie got a new color. Eh. Okay, actually, I don't hate that one. Honestly, I do like the classic. And that one's honestly just the same as classic, but more accent color. When he has nothing. Raining. Sure. Don't hate it. That's everyone. Cool. And with the rest of this, roses, candy, collection of truly revolting candies from around the world. Not for everyone, that's for sure. Unauthorized biography of Captain Marvel. Going right to Blade. Not a doubt in my mind he wants that. He'd probably ask her to sign it. He seems like that kind of guy. Well, not before mulling over whether or not that's weird for like a full week. Oh, this is like the athletic ones. Actually, you know what? I kind of dig this one. I didn't think I cared too much beforehand, but all right. That's, as I said, that's all I'm doing. I'm feeling it. I'm kind of closing in on being awake for like 24 hours, so I think that's enough for me. If you don't know, there's VODs, check them out. So there have not been that many lately due to lack of streams. Because my sleep schedule just does not want to work like a normal schedule. I'm trying to fix it, but hopefully we'll be good next week. There's been at least one day every week for the past, like this whole month. And like basically all last month too, I think. There's been at least like one day pretty much every week that I've missed a day, and I don't like that. But it's okay. I'm gonna try to get back on track. Those special VODs, check them out. Hope you see you the next day. That's all I have. As I said, I might try to do something on the weekend here, but I can't promise anything at this point. Originally I could, but like literally yesterday. But not anymore. I don't know anymore. A little frustrating, but it is what it is. But yeah. That's all I have. Till next time. So we'll continue doing this. Make some more progress. Hopefully save Scarlet Witch soon. Or at least get Wolverine to join us. One of the two. Kill it.